And a Lono County father facing murder charges. Arron Spencer under arrest after allegedly shooting a man he said he found in a car with his teenage daughter.
According to the sheriff's office, deputies responded to a call of a missing 14-year-old very early yesterday morning. Once deputies got into the home, the report says Spencer had found her inside a car with a man named Michael Fossler. The two then got into a fight, with Fossler ending up dead after a shooting. We reached out to Sheriff John Staley, and he spelled out what he expects to happen now. Spencer is locked up in the Lono County Detention Center with indications he'll be charged with first-degree murder, though those formal charges aren't in the state's public court record system yet. But we've got our eye on it. We'll bring you more updates. Spencer's daughter is safe, according to Sheriff Staley.
All right, well, welcome to the Norman Nick Show. I am Norman. Now, in today's video, we are going to discuss the fuckery that's going on in Arkansas. If you guys haven't heard, there is a man that was out on release from July 11th, 2024 for the great rape of a child. So, or I said it wrong. I got tongue-tied. Now I'm going to get demonetized. Anyway, so he raped with a child that was 13 and or 14. And as far as when he got on a release, apparently 2 days ago, father got up about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and found his daughter missing out of the house. Called the police, went outside, and found the daughter apparently somewhere around. I don't know if it was in the driveway or down the street or on the curb or whatever, but the daughter was in this man's car. So the father did what any other father would do and unalived him. So with that being said, today on my panel, I brought a special guest with me. We have C4 from TikTok, my usual partner C4. She changed her name on me up here, but we got her down here on Mid-South Predator Team 2. How are we doing today, C4?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you, brother?
Man, you already know. So as far as our sleuthing on this, because you're one of my ultimate team members. Now, as far as everything that's going on, what do you? Because you're more out that way than I am, and you brought this to my attention, truthfully. So, what can you tell us about this story?
I only saw it from a post off of my Facebook. It was being shared by another person. And then I went to looking into it, and I'm like, wow. I don't know. There's a whole lot of what ifs and what, and I mean, I'm not sure what's true, what's not true, but I know in black and white, this man had a lot of different names. So, I'm not allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. So
allegedly.
What I was gonna do is I was gonna give everybody a sneak peek on kind of like how we do our sleuthing, and let me get back over here and we can present. I'll just share my screen here.
I just run down the rabbit hole. You already know.
Well, we both do, but as far as let's see, it should be showing on the screen now. Let's see, why is it not showing? Oh, it's because I gotta place it on there. To the stage and get there. All right, so what we're looking at here is the Intellis background check that I usually use. Now, the gentleman's name that we're looking up is Michael Foster.
False, F-O, yeah. But I mean, if you look on into it, you'll find Foster and some other names.
Well, we know he's 60-something years old. Let's see. Oh, did I spell Michael wrong? I think I spelled Michael right. Last name Foster, Arkansas. Now I just want to bring it up. Let's try it. No state. That's him right there, isn't it? No. No, this one's
No,
82.
it's Michael George.
Oh, it's because I have a T in there. That's why. Got it.
Yeah, it's Fosler.
And then Arkansas.
Yes, and it's
Yeah.
there. He is.
The only one there, Michael George Fossler,
Yep.
aka Mike George Fossler, Michael Fossler, Michael D. Fossler. And these are all the cities that he apparently has been in. Now we're not going to show addresses on here. We're going to keep those under wraps. But what we are going to show is any employment that we can find, who's he affiliated with, which of course he's undeclared. So he's either independent or not registered. And of course I said I wasn't going to show an address, and an address popped up. So let's skip down here to a criminal record. And what do we have here? So, and besides what we already know from this year, which has not been updated in public records, it looks like here in August 17th of 2002, he was a little speed demon. Posted bail, deposit given, and declared forfeited. So it looks like he owed some money and they took it. That's what it sounds like to me. I think we need to pull up the FOIA request to get a more in-depth background. Here it says in 2000 in Missouri, failed to equip meter carry vehicle with required brake system, mountain capable brakes. So I guess he had a dirt bike on a, I don't know, what were he doing? A 10 speed in the woods?
Right.
He had a plea. He written out a plea and he got a fine of $130.50. Way to go, Missouri. So we got three more likely matches based off his date of birth and age. This is under what you were talking about, Miguel Foster. So in 1992 November, apparently out in Illinois, he used maybe an alias because this is what's coming under his date of birth and his age and his name. So
there's a lot of different names. It'll blow you away.
Well, this one is saying that he was 35 at the time. So I'm doing the math in my head. It sounds about right. No fines on this one. Whatever it was found by, looks like a page of judicial review, finding of guilty. So I don't know if he went to trial for whatever this was, but it was in Cook County.
It was aggravated. I think it was aggravated assault, maybe.
Yeah, aggravated. Yeah, it looks like aggravated disturbance or discharge with a firearm. Let me see here. Yeah, it just says DISCH firearm. So
aggravated discharge.
Discharge. Okay, so what, he fired a gun in city limits? Wasn't supposed
he probably
to.
Fired it, and I don't know. That's crazy to me. But
him, so well.
Yeah, I mean, this is allegedly, but we all know that we know when we know.
Especially if they're on some early predator shit, because apparently this guy was. When we looked up his stuff, I think we said something about there being some findings about him being a truck driver at one time, or was that the father?
No, that's this guy.
This guy.
I'm thinking, he had a trucking company.
Well, let's see. It should show us down here. Hold on, let's see.
It'll show bankruptcy.
So he's got a Twitter account. Let's see what this is about. So in 130 days, I'm voting for Trump. I don't think you are, my guy. Looks like you posted this. I don't think you're gonna be voting for anybody. So nothing really juicy on his Twitter account. Let's check.
No, he has LinkedIn. He has Flixer, meetme.com, just and they're all under different names.
Gotcha. Yeah, this LinkedIn isn't on.
Yes, all of those were off his Facebook. I couldn't get into any of that. I didn't see any of those.
Well, I have his Facebook here. See if it comes up. There he is. And looks like it's just privatized.
Right.
Who Robin is. But she's out there with him out there somewhere. So let's be a little nosy, shall we? 4 years ago tonight. This was January 2000. Okay, this ain't nothing. So she's pro-Israel, it looks like, according to the pictures. She's pro-cowgirl. So she must either, I don't know. Nowadays, it's hard to tell by looking at somebody's profile where they stand on anything because we're all a bag of mixed nuts.
Right.
So you get some people that are like, yeah, free. A woman has the right to choose except for this. So
Right.
you get your bags. So let's go back here to they got to meet. He's got to meet me. I know that's going to be closed down because those are, I don't even think that website's open anymore. Every time I've ever done a background check for Meet Me or even Flickr, I don't even think Flickr has it. Yeah.
Yeah, the next two, MySpace and Mike Foster, whatever that the name is, those are all private or not in use.
Gotcha. Let's see here. And he's got the old MySpace.
Yes, and that's not any good either.
All right, so let's get down here to business affiliations. Jam Construction off of Highland Boulevard. Now, my only argument is with this, and this shouldn't count as a strike against you, with YouTube, but when you do a business and you use your home address as your business, you're a fucking idiot because your business is now public records and can be legitimately shown on any platform because it's now a entity. It's an LLC.
Right.
You're fucking wrong. So here we go. This is MG Fossler Trucking LLC. And this was from January. It was looking like it was file date of January 20th of 2022. So not only is our guy a pedo, it seems like, backwards. What the fuck? How did we get backwards? Let me switch it up. There we go. So
we're just jumping around doing whatever.
Yeah, actually, I like it better like this. So anyway, so not only is this guy a pedo, but he has access to children apparently at school too, because we did see that this thing right here from, it looks like a Marcy Beans we got offline. It said, wow, this is the predator and look how often he is around children. Absolutely horrible. As Central Elementary School in Colbert, same place. And it looks like this is him over here off to the, it would be our left-hand side up here in the corner. So yeah, this is some fuck shit for real. This guy not only has access to
I found a few other names, but I'm going to leave that for another time just so that I can back up my backup.
Gotcha. Well, this apparently is the father, Arron Spencer. This is the guy that unalived him and went out there and found his 13-year-old daughter in the truck or in the vehicle with this guy. So this is some pretty scary shit.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I just we do this all the time, Norman. They seem to be protected highly. I just don't get it. I don't get it. But I would like to say, prayers going out to the family, and I back them on this because, I mean, what would you do if somebody harmed your child? We
don't even have to have that discussion because we already know.
Right.
We already know Norman's going to make somebody famous.
Right. And my thinking is, I mean, he probably didn't have intentions of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, things went where they went and ultimately things happened. But I mean, I just can't say that I wouldn't have done the same on a regular. I just can't.
Well, I'm looking for the video. For some reason, the video did not play. Actually, I can just bring it up. Actually, I have it downloaded, actually, I think. I do not. So we would have to actually watch it on here. So, as far as the information, you said that you were looking up to see about his DD-214s,
Yes.
and what have you found at all, if at all, anything on our
I
suspect?
have searched and searched and searched and searched, and I have absolutely not found his name anywhere, no shape, form, or fashion. Which we all know I can't require that information.
Yeah.
So I just did a regular, about 20-page search, and every site was missing his information. He wasn't pulling up anywhere.
Trying to see if I could find this Facebook page that had his the cop on there giving out the warning. For some reason, it wouldn't play on the earlier when I was trying to play that little video. Do you have that? Do you happen to have the link, or did I send it to you? Let me actually, I could check it.
On which one?
The sheriff actually talking about what happened. Because, like you
Uh,
said, the sheriff was actually on some other stuff too. Because he was like, "Yeah, just because we arrest somebody doesn't mean that we're charging them."
no, he said they were charging him.
Well, on this video I got, it gave me something else. Let me see.
Yeah, I don't have it. If I do, I can't find it. I put it somewhere for myself.
Let me see if I can just, on shits and giggles, see if I can pull it up. Yeah. Oh, here it goes.
Yeah, it didn't have the sound. Can you caption it?
I'm your Lonoke County Sheriff John Staley. In the early hours of Tuesday, October 8th, Lonoke County deputies responded to a report of a missing juvenile. While en route, got a call of a shooting. After consultation with the prosecuting attorney, an arrest was made with a preliminary charge of first-degree murder. Arkansas state law provides guidance on when and how charges are filed in criminal cases. As this is an ongoing investigation, only limited details can be released. As your sheriff, it is our duty to conduct a thorough and factual investigation. Law enforcement does not file charges. We gather evidence and submit a case to the prosecutor, who will then decide whether or not to file charges. Currently, official charges have not been filed. I have not, nor will I, advocate for any specific charge. This is a tragic situation, and my thoughts and prayers are with all those involved. We will continue our investigation and submit the findings to the prosecutor for review.
And that is that. So,
Yep.
yeah, so they did arrest him, but they didn't charge him. They're waiting for the prosecutor to decide on what to do, because obviously the DA, and this is me thinking outside of the box as a paralegal who knows nothing about anything. But as far as my opinion on why that would be, is because the DA never wants to take a loss. If you go to any city, anywhere, as far as like the state picking up charges, they will only charge you if they know they have a slam dunk case. Like, that's why it took so long for them to get Diddy. It's because, they had to make sure everything was lined up and everything made sense, because they didn't want to spend all this public resource and outcry just to take an L. And then whoever is the DA has that L on their record. And when they go into politics later on, usually is what happens. So with that being said, I believe that they're looking at this as temporary insanity.
I would think, if it were me, because I would be temporarily insane. I'd be insane.
I know if I seen my 13, especially if he already had a chance, whether through the school, because I have to assume this is surrounded by the school, which we're probably going to find out later. So
Right.
apparently, and not only that, I was watching the sister. I think it was the sister or somebody else. It might have been the post that was on the Facebook page, but they were saying that other people were starting to come through and say that their kids were touched too. So I have to assume This is because of the school and him having access to so many kids, so many addresses, so many parents and trust, and him being ex-military out there with a flag on this whole patriotic thing, and especially in, in Countryville, you know what I mean, at this time of political, upheaval, he's probably got the trust of a lot of people out there.
Right. Well, one thing, it's odd enough. I don't even know. I went completely insane. Carry on. I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah, well, yeah, completely insane. I mean, you've already July 11th, 2024, you were already arrested for putting your hands on this young lady.
Yes,
And
it was internet stalking of a child. So, what you doing, buddy? And what sites are you using? Because I've been researching those and got the top 18 that were, the most dangerous for children. YouTube, TikTok, IG. It was crazy. And, let's not even talk about Facebook because that's another story. But it's crazy that they're luring. It's just crazy.
Well, my whole thing is that why, even if he was out, we can get into this can go into a whole bunch of different tentacles of fatedness, you know what I mean, and ideas. Yeah. But I know here in Phoenix, Arizona, when there's ever a domestic violence issue, let's just say that, I know in a lot of cases that I review that a lot of these people, whether male or female, have ankle monitors on when they're released from jail, especially if it's been an aggravated assault, not just an assault or destruction of property or whatever, but like where you put your hands on her or him, choked him or her out, whatever it was. If you do get on release, there's usually circumstances to why you're on release with an ankle monitor. And that's one, you have a fucking job. Two, you don't have that bad of a criminal history. This could have been a one-off that now could be possibly explained if you're given a chance to go to trial. So that's why you're being let out and not having a public pretender trying to fight it from the inside. So my question on this situation is why I can't even pronounce the name of the city, Lanook, Arkansas.
Oh, Lonoke County. It's right outside of Little Rock.
Well, my question is, if this guy just put his hands, not even 3 months ago, on this little girl, apparently raped her, according to the police, the records and the arrest records, why the hell didn't he have an ankle monitor on and nobody saw where he was before even the father found him?
Because I don't believe that we do that in this state. And no. I think I've done reports on this before. They have more rights than citizens do. It's beyond comprehension, way beyond comprehension. And then they wonder when there's an incident because a parent has, went in completely insane over something like this, but yet they got First Amendment rights to use the internet for their own benefit of growth or whatever was said to me. What about that child's rights? While you're out here wondering about him that you can't fix. Agreed. I mean, I'm just saying, I get angry talking about it because it's beyond stupid. We need reform like nobody's business.
No doubt. Well, I don't even think it's about reform. I just think we need to incentivize people to invest in themselves. I mean, and they only do this for like AA and NA when you're at the very bottom. But while you're spiraling down, there has to be resources to latch onto so you don't have to always hit rock bottom to get help. You don't have to go homeless to get help. So there has to be an incentive for us to not only want an education to compete with our neighbors in a positive way, but there has to be a way to incentivize it so that we're not just wasting money because we're incorporated, the United States Incorporated of America or whatever, however you want to call it, and they want to tax us and nickel and dime us for every little thing that we do. So like stuff like where they brag in Congress about nationalizing or they're not nationalizing, but they're taking our national resources. we should be doing similar to Russia and all these other countries like Saudi Arabia, where we're just nationalizing our natural resources, and gas should not be this expensive, and where we're like buying it from ourselves.
Right. Well, I'll apologize beforehand before I make the statement, but you already know I'm going to make it. I'm probably going straight down south and to the left with it. You know, I agree with the, you know, resources to help out, but in this case and others like this case, they don't get rehab. That's not fixable. You don't fix that with reform, and they're not handling it in the right manner. They just get them out, send them back on the street, hope for the best. That is not something you rehab. You know, it's not like AA or rehab for addicts or alcoholics or gambling, just whatever it is. That is a whole different beast.
No, I agree with you. It's not like AA or domestic violence where you can, you know, reteach somebody. I mean, if you're already doing something like this, the memories are already in place. You know what I mean? There ain't no forgiveness on some acts. You know what I mean? Like once it's done, it's done. You can't take back, you know what I mean, what you've done. I mean, when you hit somebody, whether it's an accident or whatever, you could say I'm sorry, or you can give retribution and monetization or whatever. But when you violate somebody's manhood, or take from them their innocence as a woman, or whatever it is that makes them, whether in their culture or just in their spirit, makes them feel less than a human, even coming to the start of the race, because they haven't even got out of school. I mean, this little girl is 13 years old. She's what, a freshman, if that? She's probably 8th grade freshman.
Yes.
This is fucking ridiculous. She hasn't even had a chance to start anything. She hasn't had a chance to go through puberty, life, dating, prom, all that shit. And who would
she gotta have this?
Now she's forced to be a survivor, you know what I mean, at her age. And that's like totally unfair, you know what I mean? So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I have no remorse for the justification. I don't believe in vigilante justice at all. But it's not like the father walked the streets looking for this dude while his daughter was tucked in the bed safe and sound. This guy was actively looking for her. Exactly. And the father was actively looking for his daughter, trying to figure out why she wasn't in her bed at 1 a.m. He goes outside and she's not only in a man's car, but the fucking same old fucking bastard, 67-year-old bastard that fucking raped her 3 months ago.
Yep.
What the fuck are we doing with this? What are we doing here, people? What are we doing with our country?
Right.
This is fucking ridiculous. I don't know how many videos I have to put out, because even with the system as far as like parole and shit, I mean, I'm doing these videos right now on like Connecticut and Utah and stuff like that, showing where the parole boards in my video library now are just like releasing these motherfuckers. Like I just did a video this morning, and they just released this dude, and he was so stone cold during the whole proceeding, the whole parole proceeding. Like he had raped a little girl, 13. He was 19 at the time. He's like 27 or 29 now. So he rapes this little 13-year-old girl when he's 19, and he's telling the parole board he was in a relationship with her.
Right.
They were like, and she like was in, and one of the parole board asked him, they were like, well, was it consenting? And he was like, yeah, it was consenting. And then one of the other ladies was like, it was only consenting because you promised you were going to get her pregnant, and she doesn't know what she wanted at 13.
Right.
And you were going to be complicit with, getting a 13-year-old pregnant. What the fuck? This is Daryl Brooks territory.
Right.
Fucking A, man.
What you said.
But yeah, so I just wanted to tap in with everybody and check out how everybody felt about this situation, because this story hasn't hit mainstream. This is just localized in Roanoke, Arkansas right now. But I know from Facebook and from what, our little circles or whatever, it looks like everybody is buzzing around this right now. So I figured we go live.
They were actually taking down somebody, I'll just say somebody, allegedly but we already know it's not alleged. But anyhow, taking down the family's GoFundMe to help, get resources to defend him over this action when there shouldn't be any defense to it. If it was actually that charge in general and that's what he had on his mind, he'd have done it when this man done it months ago. That's just my opinion. However, he needs a lawyer. I mean, and I guess the family is taking it, the family of this guy is taking, reporting the GoFundMe's, and
Well, apparently,
this family needs resources.
apparently it's not him. Apparently, let's just get into the weeds of the gossip here. Apparently, it's the fucking the sister is explaining it on Facebook here. Let me get to her Facebook page here. Yeah, because she breaks it down and explains what's going on. God damn it, where did her page go? There it is. So let me share. All right. Why isn't it popping up? Because Norman, you suck at hosting.
Do what?
I said, why isn't it popping up? And I said, Norman, it's because you suck at hosting.
Haha, you're the man, hush.
All right, view the tab. How come it's not coming up? All right, stop sharing. Now let's share it one more again. Here we go. All right. So this is Heather Spencer. This is the sister of the gentleman that was arrested for first-degree murder. Now she posted here. She posted this 5 hours ago. This is how fast a predator can access your child, and they removed her content. Yes, but there was one share, so I'm curious to know. But so I sent you a PM message for a good lawyer. Yeah, there's a lot of people reaching out to her. So apparently the GoFundMe deleted our account. I have no idea what this means or what I can do in the meantime. Just pray we can get this all figured out. It looks like they are making refunds. Please consider donating to our Cash App or Venmo in the meantime. So anybody who wants to help out as far as donating to the father, because obviously he's going to need a good attorney for what he's done as far as defending his daughter. And this is him right here.
My hopes is that one of these high profile attorneys will pick this up pro bono, because this is an ongoing problem. This is not one incident. This is, this is an ongoing problem. And I hope that somebody gets that message out, and a good lawyer, a high profile lawyer picks it up for him, because I mean, he's going to need it. This is insanity that he's got to defend his family and then defend himself. Well,
this was the second update that Heather put out about 10 hours ago in regards to the whole fuckery. It says, I am getting emails that GoFundMe is returning funds to donors, so no money given was lost. I think my Cash App and Venmo can still receive funds, but I have reports that is also not working. I don't know enough about this, and we are already so overwhelmed. We will work on another way for people to help. If you have issues with Cash App or Venmo, please message me so I can look into it further. Update. Looks like someone likely associated with the monster that hurt our child has reported our GoFundMe. I'm sure that can be done, but I am looking into it. If anyone reading this can help me figure out how to write this, I will gladly take the help. In the meantime, our Cash App and Venmo details are listed on my page. And I'll put the link to her page here in the comments here in a shortly. I just want to give a short update. We have been absolutely overwhelmed with the amount of love and support we have received since this incident. I keep saying that we are private people because we are. It's been incredibly hard to see this posted all over social media. While we want and need the public help for Arron's case, we are still trying to proceed as process as a family what has happened to our child. We have been trying to navigate this the best we can for everyone. We have also received numerous stories of other victims that have received no justice after this man attacked them. The system failed over and over to put away a predator. Everywhere this man went, he preyed on weak young girls.
Yes.
The Lanook, am I pronouncing it right? The Lanook or Lanook?
No, it's Lone Oak.
Lanook County
No,
Sheriff Stan.
Lone Oak.
Lanook.
Like Lone Oak, yes.
Lone Oak, okay.
Yeah,
The
you're not
Lanook,
Southern enough, brother.
I'm not Southern. I don't even, well, you know, I'm a mixed bag of nuts and a mixed breed of races. So my tongue probably doesn't curl, you know, so I have to substitute my accent and or lack thereof for other big accessories I got, like a brain or whatever. But anyways, so the Lanoke County Sheriff Stanley has made it clear that he supports predators and that he will fully prosecute anyone who is protecting themselves or their family. With election season on us, we need to remember who is for the people and who is not. Lanoke County has proven they prefer predators on their streets to patriots. From Cabot to Lanoke, the questions have been lacking. The dangers.
It's Lone Oak and Cabot.
It's Cabot?
Yes.
Holy shit. From Cabot to Lanoke, the investigations have been lacking. These dangerous, disgusting, vile men should have never been walking among the free. The system failed us. They failed my child. We need to make public aware of the corrupt system that does nothing to protect the victim. We have a lot of big emotions right now as we piece together what has happened and how it was able to happen. Please continue to pray for us and share our story. My husband is a hero, and we are so thankful to have him home with us for now. We want to do everything possible to ensure he can continue to be here to protect us.
Right. Amen.
That's deep.
He's my hero. I mean, I can just tell you, I can't say I'd have done anything different. Do I think he set out to do that? No. But I think when push come to shove, and dude's not innocent, obviously, this guy reacted. You have his child. How do you think he's going to act?
You have not only his child, you have his underage child at 1 a.m. in the morning in your car. So you could have took her anywhere.
I mean, what do they think? You know, he's going to run up and tickle me Elmo? Because that's not going to happen.
What was he supposed to do? Wait for you to realize that, you know, you were clear and could drive off before law enforcement could get there? Because law enforcement is going to tell you, don't get involved, let us handle it. But how long does it take for 911 to get there? And they're in the middle of the sticks.
True story.
It's a fucked up world we live in, people. Background checks. Always do background checks.
Yes,
with that
sir.
being said, this video is brought to you by, not sponsored by, but brought to you by Intellis. Now, for you guys that don't know, I have been using Intellis for years and years, and it has been a lifesaver as far as dealing with trolls, dealing with micro threats, major threats, baby mama issues. I've been able to find anybody, do anything, and stay within my legal bounds using Intellis. So anybody who needs, you know, a cheap, efficient way to do backgrounds, Intellis is the way to go. So,
right.
With that being said, C4, do you have anything else that you want to contribute to this video before we wrap it up?
Other than, you know, just continue to pray for the family. And, you know, I would also say, you know, pray for his family.
Yeah, because I would say pray for his family too, because you know, we looked in public records, and you guys probably saw this earlier when I checked too. This guy does have a pretty big family. There are a couple of fossilers out there as far as background. I mean, there are a couple of deceased ones, but it looks like majority of them are 30 years old and over. But I'm pretty sure there's some grandkids coming up or whatever that,
right.
You know.
Well, I mean, the whole deal is, I mean, both families were affected. It's horrible. I hate that. But
Yeah, because imagine the lies that he's been telling his own family, being a trucker and all these people coming through. And what's crazy is that when they bring their evidence, him being dead, I don't think they need a warrant to go into his truck if he's been like doing this through his, using his long haul big rig or whatever. If that's what
right.
he's done,
I mean, I'm
I
not
believe
sure how they're going to handle it. But I'm sure on any updates we give that there's going to be more to it. I think there'll be more victims to it. And, I just pray for the family that, this happened to, because I'm pretty sure they don't know. And, it's going to be heartbreaking to them, but mostly to the family that's impacted by, this little girl's family.
Amen. Yeah.
And
So for those of you guys that live apparently in the Arkansas or any of these states, Maryland, Massachusetts, Florida, Indiana, Arkansas, or that's it for right now.
Texas.
Oh, Texas also. That's right. I did see that on here.
Yes.
And any of those connecting states in between, because obviously he had to drive and stop pit stops or whatever. So a man of this caliber, I wouldn't put it past him to not only use the come here, I got candy approach, but I'm pretty sure he'll use the strong arm approach as far as like, for any, night workers that are out there hanging around the truck driving spots that, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure they have stories to tell also. So, but as far as anything else, you got anything else you want to say?
No, other than we'll continue to make, content and hope we get some big attorneys to pop up and say, hey, this ain't right. This ain't right.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna work on an edit for this and put some more out there, and clean this up a little bit so I can post it. But yeah,
All right.
it was just straight bullshit as far as what this father and mother, and I apologize too to Heather. I thought that was his sister. That's actually his wife, according to the read. So
Yes.
yeah, but shout out to Heather and the Spencer family as far as what they're having to go through, and I'm glad that the father has been able to get out of jail and has not been locked down in there, and the police are
Right.
actually reasonable and can actually like put themselves in his shoes. But again, with the many tentacles of America and as divided as we are, you always have to ask yourself, would anybody else of any other caliber get this same amount of courtesy?
Right.
But with that
I
being said,
mean,
let me know what you guys think in the comments. As far as anything else is concerned, C4, do you want to stay on a little bit, or because I'm about to
I'm
end it?
gonna bounce out. I've got a meeting to go to.
All right. Well, with that being said, catch you in another video.